I want you guys to understand that what we're talking about isn't necessarily happening in America, but it is happening in other places that are being very, let's say, more strict with what it is that they're doing with the virus and the response to it. And is it on the horizon with America? Look, maybe potentially a version of it, variation, a variant of it, maybe. But here's an example right here. This is coming out of France, where you have the government, or the teeth of the state, which is as I've always called them, going around checking people's vaccine passports and passes. This is inside, this is outside, and these motherfuckers just walking around patrolling, doing random checks. Look, are we like? I know a lot of y'all got so upset with Gina Carano when she said that this whole situation, if you wonder how people, turning on their fellow citizenry and how we get to that point, right? It starts with just that. Y'all owe her an apology. She was never wrong in the first place. But especially when you're saying this is a literal papers citizen situation. We're there. Okay? We're there. We are there. This is police doing random checks. Do you got someone unvaccinated under the floorboards? Situation may be on the horizon. But we know that they're going around. The police officers are going around. And fuck them, by the way. But the police officers are going around checking to see. Now look. Some people, and this is my criticism of a lot of conservatives has been, because they are under the impression that if the government, the state required them to do it, the police wouldn't do it. You can't look at the past year and say that they wouldn't. They the teeth of the state. Are these, is every single, be it form of law enforcement, be it their unions, be it their whatever geographical area that they're in, coming out the precincts saying that, well, we will not do this. This is too much. We're not going to enforce it. No, they're not doing that shit. They're going right in there with them, and they're going to enforce that. A lot of people got red pilled on the police officers in this country over the last year, especially after the whole riot situation where they would go burn down your places of businesses and the places that you worked at, as they just stood there. And then when you reacted like the pawn shop owner in Minneapolis and said, you know what, you're not going to be stealing my shit. And then you react, they take you to jail. A lot of people got red. Yeah, they would absolutely do it. It may be four or five of them that say no, but most of them, yeah. What they been doing this past year? Of course they do it. So, well, they're there to protect, back the blue. They're there to protect the Constitution. They never do that. You know the mountains of aggression, your beloved piece of paper known as the Constitution, those police officers been taking a dump on that shit for hundreds of years. What you talking about? Now, I get it. Another country. France. But even what we're having here, with the mandates that exist in every pocket of the country, who do you think is enforcing that? Who do you think is called upon you in the event that you are in error? Who do you think that is? It's not Nancy Pelosi. It's not AOC. It's not that dipshit Judge Clay Jenkins out of Dallas County. He ain't the one that's doing anything. It's the police. We wouldn't even be in this situation if you had law. If the police were who a lot of y'all thought they were, we'd have, statement after statement coming out of precinct after precinct saying absolutely fucking not. We would have had that coming out back when the mandates were first instituted last year, but they didn't. You had maybe a sheriff or two, like mine's out in Denton County, said we're not enforcing mask mandates. We're just not doing it. For the most part, definitely in these major cities, for the most part, no, they'll do it. They have no problem doing it because they answer to this whole idea that they protect you, serve and protect you is nonsense. They serve and protect the politicians. Y'all got a toxic ass relationship with law enforcement, be it federal or local. I think a lot of y'all are kidding yourselves. They're thinking that they wouldn't dare get to this point. Just look at the past year. Minus what we just saw, which is freaky. Out of France, that's a freaky situation. That's a freaky situation. But if that was, let's say, mandated in the area, that would need to happen, and police or you saw stop and frisk. If police officers were bound to either do that or they were free to do it, let's say that, you think they wouldn't fucking do it? Are you kidding me? Of course they would. Absolutely would. But on a serious note, we are entering in a situation of you got some unvaccinated people on them floorboards, don't you? I don't know what it's going to take for y'all to get him. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.